Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about the CBR article, the top 10 worst things about Infinite Frontier from DC comic books. While Infinite Frontier has been a bold new direction for DC, everything is perfect. Not everything is perfect with the new status quo. I mean, nothing was good about this new status quo Infinite Frontier. DC has seen a lot of strides in storytelling lately with their Infinite Frontier publishing initiative, revitalizing the lines in numerous ways, whether it's taking back to basic runs like Tom Taylor and Bruno Ronaldo on Nightwing to pushing new stars, characters like Aquaman becoming. DC has been giving fans what they've craved for since Infinite Frontier started. No, they haven't, to be honest. Because if that's the case, we would still have DC Rebirth, and we would still have some of these comic books in the top 10. I mean, not the top 10, but the top 50. Most of these comic books can't even crack that. So no, CBR. I don't know what damn comic book publishing you've been reading, but it ain't DC. I can definitely tell you that because they haven't been giving us shit. Not everything is perfect with the new status quo. DC has made their share of mistakes. Share of mistakes? No, no. They made failures. Their share of failures with the current crops of books and made other decisions. While Infinite Frontier has been a bold new direction, there are cracks in the facade that can't be missed. Oh, no. We're past cracks. We're past cracks. Explosions. Explosions in the facade of Infinite Frontier. There is still no Justice Society of America book. Yes, I definitely agree with that one, which makes no logical sense. Why is there not a Justice Society of America book? We haven't had a Justice Society of America book since Jeff Johns in the 2000s. That makes no logical sense that we don't have an actual 2000, actual Justice Society of America run, especially when you got Stargirl. You got Stargirl on you had a Stargirl special, and in the Stargirl show, the Justice Society of America is very prominent in there. And then you had Justice Society of America World War II movie that came out, and we're about to get a butch, diverse inclusion version of Justice Society of America in Dwayne The Rock Johnson Black Adam movie. So we got all of this, but we still ain't got no damn Justice Society of America run. And no, I don't consider the New 52 Earth 2 run a Justice Society of America book because it's a reimagining of Justice Society of America. It's not the actual Justice Society of America. Yet it's a good book, but it's not what, I would have wanted. And it's not what a lot of people wanted. And then you take the worst, you took one of the most dumbest things from the New 52 run and brought it into main continuity when you fucking make Alan Scott fucking gay for no damn reason when he has a fucking gay son. Because we need diversity and inclusion. Even though Alan Scott was married for years and was still married before the New 52. And you want to try to retcon his story to where he was in love with a stupid boy that nobody cares about. And ever since you did that, nobody is interested in Alan Scott anymore. Thanks a lot, damn DC. That nobody asked for. Nobody asked for. Even since Rebirth, fans have been wanting the Justice Society of America back. The team came back to prominence in the 2000s in a huge way, and fans have been impatiently waiting their return. The New 52 Earth 2 was just a stopgap for these fans as they wanted the fan favorite versions of the team back, not a reimagining. DC has looked to be heading in that direction several times recently, but there's still no Justice Society of America book. While fans saw the team in the Infinite Frontier miniseries and Stargirl Spring Break special, DC still hasn't announced any plans for the actual Justice Society of America comic book. With all of that fanfare, the group's return could give the publisher It's bizarre they haven't returned them back yet. Yeah, it is weird that they haven't brought back the Justice Society of America, even though everybody was clamoring for the Justice Society of America to come back, especially after Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock set up the return of Justice Society of America and Legion of Superheroes. But you sure did fast track the Legion of Superheroes book. But oh wait, that book did so terrible that they had to cancel it because they had to reimagine the Legion of Superheroes that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for at all. But hey, let's continue to ignore the Justice Society of America because that's what y'all like to do, right? That's exactly what y'all like to do. Jesus Christ. they're going back to Alan Scott. They're going back to Alan Moore. Well, okay, let's see what they're talking about. Alan Moore is one of DC's most well-known writers. Even though he hasn't worked for the publisher in over 30 years, Moore was a concept engineer, one who created comics that ran over the ideas. Okay, cool. Even though the relationship between Moore and DC is terrible, DC keeps going back to his ideas with varying levels of success. Justice League Incarnate revealed that the Great Darkness, the villain of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing story, was behind all of the Crisis event. It is yet another example of DC playing off Alan Moore's old ideas instead of doing something new, and most fans have been tired of that for a long time. I mean, I would be tired of it too because not first off, y'all just had death metal. Like what? Almost 2 years ago. Death metal. Which introduced Perpetua as the mother of the Anti-Monitor and the Forager and all that bull crap, and was like the one that kind of, pushed her children into this whole crisis event. Now you're trying to say that the Great Darkness was really the one who set up all of that nonsense. It's like Joshua Williams. Did you not read Death Metal? Scott Snyder and them had been leading that up for a long time. You just comes out of nowhere and was like, hey, you remember that old villain that Swamp Thing did? Yeah, the Great Darkness. What if we made it where the Great Darkness is the real reason why we had all of these crisis events over time? And then y'all love going to the crisis event, but remember, y'all rebooted the fucking universe. So these crises shouldn't even really matter anymore, especially because Flashpoint isn't a damn crisis. It's a whole line reboot where the time been messed up. But even then, it doesn't even, you know what? Oh my God. I'm getting frustrated. But yeah. But then you're going to introduce the Great Darkness, and motherfucking Swamp Thing doesn't have an ongoing series. And I'm talking about the Alec one. Not this new Indian bullshit one. I'm talking about the fact that Swamp Thing is not a prominent force in the DC universe right now, because that was one of his villains in his book. So you use Alan Moore's idea to half-ass, half-baked, stupid Dark Crisis event that's coming up, as we've never seen crisis events before. I mean, damn, how many times we gonna go through this damn well before it gets tiring? It really does get tiring, to be honest. Damn, do something new. No, you can't do nothing damn new because you guys suck. Because you guys suck. That's why. For Swamp Thing, and I'm talking about the Alec one, the original Swamp Thing, to not even have a prominent role in the entire thing. Like, he should have been in Justice League. He should have been in Justice League Dark. He should have been set up in other books. So when this stuff does happen, it makes sense. He wasn't there. There was no setup at all with him. But you're going to use a concept that was introduced in his comic book, but without him. And it might be set up in that new Swamp Thing book. I don't know. I haven't checked out the new Swamp Thing since issue number 5. Not really saying that it's a bad book. I'm just like, I don't know if they mentioned it. If they have, it probably passed over my head. But still, even then, you just had an event that did it. Y'all gotta stop doing crisis events where you rewrite every damn. Well, this crisis technically was happening because of this evil deity. Okay, cool. Oh, you thought that one, but really it was this deity that really started all the crises. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Damn, DC, let that one go. A lot of fan favorite characters no longer have books. One of the strangest things about Infinite Frontier is how many DC mainstays just don't have comics anymore. For example, Red Hood without a book for the first time in recent memory. Lobo brought back to prominence in Death Metal, hasn't appeared anywhere, and there's plenty more where that came from. While DC is putting out a lot of miniseries, one shot, and backup stories, so many fan favorite DC characters are completely without books, or at the very least any major appearance. It feels like DC is leaving money on the table. Get in line. I said that since the New 52 started, that they literally got rid of half of their universe of characters. Half of their universe of characters don't even show up anymore. Half their universe of characters are just sitting there. And you're just like, where these characters are at. Go back before New 52. and pick up a lot of DC comic books and just events or team up books or whatever, you saw a rich amount of characters. Even if they didn't have books themselves, a lot of them would still show up throughout the universe in varying degrees of story, but they would still show up a lot, like the universe felt lived in. Now it doesn't feel. How many times they done did a whole poster of characters, and it's the smallest. It's the smallest post. I mean, it's not the smallest poster, but it's not even a group of 50 characters. You know, because they don't care about these characters anymore. They don't care about these characters because if they did care about these characters, we would see them often, but we don't see them often because a lot of people don't even know what to do with these characters, and then if they bring them back, they change them or retcon them to the point where fans don't want them anymore. Let's see. Grant Morrison last DC work took place during Infinite Frontier. I don't know. Grant Morrison is one of DC's most prolific writers. Superman and the Authority was his last work at the publisher. While there's been while they wait, hold on. While he revealed a lot about their souring relationship with DC in the last few years on the new Substack, Zadum, and leaving has nothing to do with Infinite Frontier. It's still sad that he left DC at this particular time. Morrison was one of DC's most unique voice, so losing him is a big deal for the publisher. This new era could use Morrison talent, even with the diminishing role. Not really, because from what I heard, Superman and Authority was horrible. The Green Lantern run was all over the damn place. So what was great about what Grant Morrison did? I mean, his Green Lantern run made absolutely no damn sense from what a lot of people was reading. A lot of people didn't pick up the book because they didn't know, because it wasn't in continuity, but some of the stuff did happen in continuity. So it was one of those kind of confusing things. And with Superman and Authorities, but you have Philip Kennedy's Superman and Authorities, a lot of things conflict. Too many things conflict with each other. Like the fact that Superman has a different look. There are certain things that happen, but then Philip Kennedy, he's doing the same thing with those same amount of characters, but Superman has a cape. He's not old. He's not looking old like that, and you know what I'm saying. So it's weird. It's weird. It is weird because he writes. Sometimes some of these books are written in continuity, but sort of out of continuity, so they can pick and choose what they need to put in there. And I really don't have no interest in it. I don't think nobody really have any interest in it. And I think that's why those two books really didn't sell well. Now, if you really want to bring Grant Morrison back, if he can write stories and keep it in continuity, sure. Teen Titans Academy wasn't a great replacement for an actual Teen Titans book. Holy fucking shit, God, yes. Teen Titans Academy is the worst thing to happen to Teen Titans since the New 52 Teen Titans run. At least the New 52 Teen Titans run was tolerable. This shit was garbage from issue number 1. And I dropped it after issue number 4. I was just like, nah, I'm good. And then that reveal, and then they used Red X as a red herring, which we still didn't get a chance to see the real Red X, and they still wasted our time. So this book was trash, especially when there was a miniseries called Titans Hunt that was out of continuity, but was a better Teen Titans and Titans book than Teen Titans Academy, which is your main Titans book that nobody asked for, though. That's the thing. Holy crap, that book was garbage. The Teen Titans are one of DC's most storied franchises. The team has a huge pop culture footprint outside of comic books, having starred in several cartoons, a live-action show, and a big screen cartoon movie. That's one of the reasons it's so weird that DC didn't put out a Teen Titans book during Infinite Frontier. What fans got was Titans Academy, a book that saw older members of the team training young heroes. It's not a bad idea. DC used the mystery of Red X to sell the book, but most fans would have just preferred the actual Teen Titans book. While it's fine to experiment with new ideas, it would have worked better as a companion book rather than the only Teen Titans representation in the line. Yeah, oh my God, Teen Titans Academy was hot trash. And you know what's so weird is DC's done this Academy book crap before with Gotham Academy, and people actually said Gotham Academy was great. I didn't read it because I didn't really care for it, but people actually said that was good. And from another thing that I was hearing people saying was Strange Academy was good too, and DC should have, learned from Strange Academy and did it that way, but it shouldn't have been the main Teen Titans book, because even though there's a Strange Academy, there was also a Doctor Strange book. Because, like they said, it should have been a companion book. Like you did Titans United. Titans United should have been your main Teen Titans book, right? And Teen Titans Academy should have been your companion book. But that way you can focus on the brand new characters. You can still put some of the Titans in there when you need to, but you would have focused on these brand new characters. But another thing too is, with the dumbass writer talking about, oh, we need diversity, inclusion, or whatever, and I strive to make sure that the school was so diverse. When majority of your cast is fucking LGBT, you fucked up. You fucked up. There ain't no way in the world. That's not realistic. That's not realistic, and that's why this book failed. That's why the book was trashed from the get-go. It was trashed from issue number 1, and people saw the writing on the wall. We all saw the writing on the wall, especially after Future State Teen Titans, and that book was trash too. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We knew it was trash. Bendis Justice League hasn't met expectations. No, really. He didn't meet expectation with Superman, Action Comics, the Lois Lane book, My Friend Jimmy. You know what I mean? The Legion of Superheroes, the entire Wonder Comics line in print. What did you think was gonna happen? And then he shoehorned his self-insert daughter into the damn book. Naomi, here we go again with this bitch. What did you think? Talking about it didn't meet expectations. No, really. I would have never noticed. When writer Brian Michael Bendis was announced for the new Justice League, the new Justice League writer, fans had hope and feared for his run. Bendis' time at DC had already been a mixed reception, and fans' opinion on his Marvel work had soured. So his Justice League would have been a very impressive to overcome fan stigma. While it has its fan is exactly has been a big book everyone was expecting. I mean, hasn't been exactly what everybody's been expecting. Bendis on Justice League seemed like a recipe for something massive, but the book hasn't delivered. It's been a solid superhero team book, but because it isn't the biggest DC book like his Avengers book were at Marvel, the fans are disappointed. Well, the fans had warned DC not to put his ass on the book, but hey, at first you don't succeed, fail again, because that's exactly, he failed on every damn book he did at DC comic book. And you know what his reward was? Oh, let's put him on Justice League. The fuck? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? God. There hasn't been much multiverse stuff. DC Multiverse is one of the most iconic features, and Infinite Frontier seemed like it's going to play into that. Death Metal ended with the creation of the Omniverse, and everything pointed at it playing a big role. However, other than Infinite Frontier miniseries, the Crime Syndicate, and Justice League Incarnate, there hasn't been surprisingly little multiverse content. For a publisher initiative called Infinite Frontier, the frontier still feels pretty fent. Fans love DC Multiverse, and the fact that so few books have used it since Infinite Frontier, especially how much the Omniverse was hyped, is disappointing. I mean, because nobody asked for it. Nobody asked for it. Y'all keep reintroducing, destroying, reintroducing the multiverse several times over, that to the point where who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? Who cares? Because it's not important. Clearly, if it was important, DC want to keep trying to explain it or expand it or whatever. They would just leave it how it was already is. Like Final Crisis literally gave you the opportunity to be like, here is the multiverse in the conversation. You had multiversity, and y'all still screwed that up. You still screwed that. And Wonder Girl cancellation was heartbreaking. Wonder Girl by artist Julian Jones looked to be a big book, but its abrupt cancellation announced was surprising for fans. Yara Floyd was a fan favorite character after her appearance in Future State, and Jones is an undeniable talent. There's no reason for a book to be canceled other than DC's not pushing it. Wonder Girl was exactly the kind of book that should have succeeded in the Infinite Frontier years. It starred a fresh new character that fans loved and boosted one of the company's brightest talents with all of the advertisement DC puts into Batman books. They could have done more with Wonder Girl, which I do agree they could have put time and effort into it, but I'm also throwing to the fact that Wonder Girl, the reason why Wonder Girl 2 is that it's it came at the cost of Cassie Sandsmark and Donna Troy. DC hasn't really been all that great with Wonder Woman supporting characters for a long time. So there's nothing really fresh and new. And let's be honest, the only reason why people were interested in Wonder Girl was because of her body. It really wasn't because the character had a good story, because the Infinite Frontier book, the Future State books really didn't show her in a good lighting, to be honest. Yeah, she's fun, she's arrogant, she's obnoxious. She's not like any other Wonder person, and that's fine. But she, what is she there for? Artemis already covers that. Donna Troy already covers that, and Cassie already covers that. There's nothing actually new about Yara Floyd. There's a reason why. And on top of that, the delays for the books, and the book is written like it was written for a TV show instead of actually writing it as a comic book. Remember, y'all disrespected the history of Wonder Woman. Then you never gave her supporting characters books before, but then you're gonna try to give it with a brand new the third Wonder Girl, the third fucking Wonder Girl. Hello, Donna Troy, Cassie Sandsmark, been Wonder Girls for a lot longer with more history, and they still never got solo runs. But then you're gonna come out of nowhere and bring in this Brazilian booty one and expect people to be like, yeah, this is amazing. I've read the book. It's boring. It's downright boring because it's written like a CW show. The artwork, gorgeous, gorgeous, but it is written like a CW show, and it's disrespectful to people who are fans of Wonder Girl. And I'm not talking about Yara Floyd. I'm talking about previous Wonder Girls. Like Cassie and Donna Troy have never had solo runs. They had one shots, they had maybe a limited series or something like that, but never something that could really show those characters out. So you already have people who are probably are fans of those characters like, wait, hold on, how this new character line skip them and give them, you know what would have been better? If they did a Wonder Girl book, but it would have been starring Donna Troy or Cassie Sandsmark, and you have Yara as a supporting character. So to build on that character, that's would have been great. And maybe if if they did put a little bit more money behind advertising Wonder Girl, it probably could be good. But at the same time, the writing really wasn't there neither. Let's see. Number two, Wonder Woman didn't get the nearly the push that she should have. I've been saying this for years, but I'm gonna be a broken record. But okay, here we go. Wonder Woman is one of DC's most important heroes, and after saving the day in Death Metal, it seemed like she was about to be a huge deal. While Superman, Batman, Nightwing, and Wally West Flash all got pushed hard, Wonder Woman seemed like to be the odd hero out, with her book off in its own corner and rarely advertised by DC. While this played into the story being told in the book, is quite unfair to a book at its caliber. Wonder Woman is one of the DC's Trinity. The fact that her book hasn't gotten love that the other DC mainstay has been trashing, especially how important she was to the creation of Infinite of the title of the ticket of the particular Infinite Frontier. Well, I can already explain to you why that failed. First off, Wonder Woman has been nipped, tucked, changed so much in DC universe that a lot of fans have probably given up on the Wonder Woman line at all. And they have did a little bit of advertising because there are like several Wonder Woman line books, But the problem is they're written by female writers that nobody cares about, who really aren't great writers. Most of them aren't great writers. Sorry to say that. It is what it is. They aren't great writers. And then you had a Wonder Woman book where Wonder Woman died, and instead of actually, elevating Donna Troy or Cassie, you set up there and push them to the side and have Wonder Woman go on this afterlife journey that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for. What would have been great if she had like a cosmic adventure, like if she was when she died and she kind of joined the heavens or whatever. It would have been cool to kind of see her like help guide the DC universe behind the scenes, or like she's gotten there in spirit. Like you remember how when Hal Jordan died in the Spirit of Vengeance took over his body and kind of helped him help other heroes on redemption, or carve out parts of the DC universe. That's what Wonder Woman should have been doing, Diana herself. And what should have happened is Donna Troy should have stepped up, but y'all didn't let that happen. Y'all ignored Donna Troy, you ignored Steve Trevor, you ignored Cassie Sandsmar, three characters that are definitely important, but you ignored them. And for what? Of course, nobody's going to read it. And again, you keep changing Wonder Woman up so much that she's not consistent anymore. She hasn't been consistent since what? 2008, to be honest. 2008 is the last time she's been stabled. And that's saying something. And number one, most definitely agree with it. There are way too many Batman comic books. DC has always put a lot of Batman books, but Infinite Frontier took it to the next level. The amount of Bat books published hit double digits. And one can't read a DC comic without seeing at least one ad for a Batman comic book, or at least a book with a Batman related character. DC put out so many Batman books, it's reaching a point of parody. While Batman books sells, the sheer amount of them that fans has gotten since Infinite Frontier started is ridiculous. The company is already named for one of the flagship of the flagship Batman books. DC stands for Detective Comics, but it might as well just call itself BC for Batman Comics with as many Infinite Frontier Batman books that they put out. I mean, duh. We've been saying this for a long time, but that's what happens. That's what happens when that's all you put your eggs in. They don't put good writers on these other stories. They don't promote the other characters because they're so lazy, because it's Batman. So they think that they can just do whatever they want and put Batman out there and put Batman related characters because they know people are going to buy them, because that's where they put all of their time and effort into. Even if the books suck, which a lot of these Batman books do suck, because Batman's in it, people kind of tend to be familiar with him, because you know why? Because you don't put any time and effort into the other characters. You don't build them up. You put in writers and creators that butcher all of the other characters. You do. You really do. I mean, Batman got a little bit butchered himself, but not as much as Wonder Woman has, not as much as the Flash family has, not as much as Green Lantern has, not as much as Superman has. Holy crap, the amount of butcher Superman's been through is damn near ridiculous. And you see what I'm saying? All of these characters been butchered to the point where people don't want to read them because the creatives are not that great on the books, and they changed too much about the characters to the point where they're not readable anymore. And I heard that people were telling me that the recent Flash comic book is good because it focuses on Wally West. But, after reading Future State Flash, where Wally West was yet again a villain, it just had turned me off and had a sour taste in my mouth with the Flash books, that I don't even want to pick up Flash books. I know I keep saying I'm going to, and I really do need to start reading the Flash book, but it's so hesitant because I've been so let down and hurt by the destruction of Flash, especially Wally West, to the point where I'm just like, I don't know if I got it in me enough to give a damn or even try to read the Wally West Flash run. And that's really heartbreaking. But this is the stuff that you do. Just like the Wonder Woman stuff. You destroy Wonder Woman to the point where I don't even want to, try to pick up anything Wonder Woman related because all of it's trash. Nubian Amazon's trash. Wonder Woman trash. Wonder Girl trash. You know what I'm saying? And then what the Wonder Woman Historia trash. Wonder Woman Black and Gold trash. Immortal Wonder Woman trash. Like all the it's not good work. It is not good work. Or Jeffrey Thorne's Green Lantern run. Oh, let's destroy the Green Lanterns. Because that's what we want. Let's destroy the power battery and only have Teen Lantern and JoJo Mulligan as the Green Lanterns. Because that's what everybody wanted to see. The female characters that y'all pushed onto us that nobody asked for are being frontline and center. You see what I'm saying? You see how this doesn't work. All it does is turn people off. And y'all need to figure out something. But this Batman shit is getting out of control. Batman is a problem for DC. And DC needs to stop. Because Batman fatigue is here. And I'm sick of Batman. To the point where I'm not watching the Robert Pattinson's Batman movie. I'm barely picking up any Batman related books at all. Because it's too much. It is definitely too much Batman. Too much Batman. Y'all need to figure out something, but this ain't this. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I just had to kind of, have my thoughts about the CBR article because I do agree with most of everything that they're saying. But yeah, the Batman one definitely is the major problem. DC, please, 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 y'all gotta do something. It's time to cancel almost all of your Batman books. To be honest, at this point, yeah, all of them, even the Batman related books, because you got too many. You got too many Batman books. You really do. You really do. It's ridiculous, and I'm not about to sit up here and try to count all of the Batman titles because we already know it's about 20 to 40 of them. When almost 58% of your line is Batman books, you messed up. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.